There is no end in sight when it comes to gun violence in Chicago. Just this weekend, 60 people were shot, and 11 of those victims were under the age of 18. Now, Joe Biden would tell you that he cares about the kids when it comes to COVID. After all, that's why he's pushing masks and vaccinations in schools. But just this year, more kids have been shot in Chicago alone than have died of COVID in the whole country. According to the Chicago PD, at least 261 kids have been shot in Chicago this year. Now, compare that to 214 COVID-related deaths. The life of every child is important, and each death is a tragedy, no matter how they died. So why does it feel like Joe Biden is only frustrated about COVID? Joining me now is the founder of Black Guns Matter, Maj Toure. Maj, this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, your heart. Why is it any interest from the President of the United States on this issue? I mean, he talks about vaccination, he talks about masks, he talks about lockdowns and keeping people safe. But the kids that are being shot every single day, not a word.
Well, because Joe Biden doesn't care about black people. It's not complicated. He spent most of his political career locking black people up. Joe Biden, even when he was famously running to be the vice president, said Obama, he's one of the clean ones. Joe Biden has zero interest. This facade, he's a part of that cabal. He's down with the opposite team. And I think that in essence, he's just showing us exactly who he is. He's shown us for half a century, but I think he's being more brazen with it. You saw a few days ago where he literally told the American people that, I'm getting tired of not being as much of a tyrant as I want to be when he talks about our patience is wearing thin. So this is par for the course for Joe Biden. And not even just Joe Biden. You got to look at Lori Lightfoot over in Chicago. You got all of these young people dying. This is the same person that said, it was all last year with the fake woke, we're going to defund the police. We need all of this COVID money that she just reallocated right into the police department, but nothing for developing the communities that are impacted by this negligence in regards to, irresponsible gun ownership. So this is par for the course for Democrats. And the simple answer is Joe Biden doesn't care about black people, especially the black people and youth in Chicago.
So then this is where it gets troubling for me, because it's not just Joe Biden, it's the whole Democratic Party. They have been complete failures when it comes to the community. You got Kim Fox, you got the judges there, the city council, all Democrats, they run it. But then I look at my Republican brothers and sisters and I say, well, the Democrats are this bad. If they're this bad, why can't you beat them? I mean, it's just as simple. These people are crying out for help, and they're willing to accept anybody that is provoking change and liberty and choosing life over anything. So why can't you beat these bad candidates?
They can't beat the bad candidates because there's still a lot of, and again, I'm going to say the truth, and I don't want to offend, but some people are going to be offended by this. The reality is a lot of the old guard on the right side, on the Republican side, on our libertarian side, they don't want to go into places that are scary or where the others are. You have candidates like Kim Klacik that ran out in Baltimore, raised $8 million by telling the truth about what was happening in that democratically ran city of Baltimore. You have other people attacking her, saying that she shouldn't run in places that are unwinnable. This is the mentality that we... Right. Like America was unwinnable when we went up against the British folks. When people were fighting from captivity during enslavement in America, Harriet Tubman was fighting an unwinnable fight. John F. Kennedy asking the American people at that time to not, worry about just what their country can do for them, but what they can do for their country. That was unwinnable. This is the mentality that we've allowed to fester on the right. And a lot of that in these democratically ran cities, I understand it. I just disagree with it. It's because of the fact that we accept that, well, it's been this way for this long. If the founding fathers to this nation would have accepted it that way, we'd be speaking French right now. So the reality is, it's a victim and defeatist mentality that we on the right have to stop if we want to save the republic.
If you can't sell freedom and liberty, then maybe you shouldn't be in the fight, brother. So thank you so much for being on the program. I know you're doing it every day, working to win back our communities. I appreciate you coming on the program.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.